Big up, everybody. Welcome to my football weekend debate show. Looks like I might not have any guests today, like I thought I was going to have, but they may be late. Anyway, I'll get on with this. I'll just have a little chat first. Got no one in the live chat either, so. But yeah, obviously, while I can, I'll say this again about this, the prostatecancer.org. Please donate what you can there, if you can see it there. Click on that and donate what you can. Get yourself tested. This prostate cancer is a serious thing. You know, thousands, millions of men die every day of this, every year. Well, not every day, but every year, to be honest. It's terrible. You know, please nip it in the bud as soon as you can. My dad has it, and it's not a nice thing, but he's got it controlled. So please do what you can to stop it. Donate whatever you can. If it's only £1, £2, £3, £4, £5, whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, it all helps and goes to vital research into stopping this terrible thing. But anyway, if you can do that, that's great. And obviously smash the likes in here and sub if you're new, please. That's great. I'm still on 87 subs. Hoping to get to 100. Maybe end of this month. If not, maybe next month. I'm sure that I'll get there fairly soon. Even though, of course, it's not really what I do this for. It's not as important, but obviously it's a big achievement for me, you know. I haven't long ago obviously started this last year, but not been going that long, probably about 7, 8 months now. So, you know, whatever you can, keep supporting me is brilliant, and want to keep this channel going. There's no other Bees channel out there. So, you know, I want to promote my channel and keep it going and promote my team, you know, as long as I can. I think another reason I might not be having anyone in here is because there's a watch along. I know there's the AFCON on at the moment. I watched it occasionally, but that's fine. It's all right. It's not bad, and there's some decent football sometimes in it. But obviously, I prefer watching the Premiership and stuff. But But anyway, so I'll carry on anyway. As I say, I've got the actual link here if anyone wants to join in the debate, because looks like I'm debating it on my own at the moment. So if anyone comes in and does want to come on, you're welcome to. Obviously we've got some good topics to talk about, some interesting topics yet again. Of course, the City game for one, Newcastle and City, what a cracker that was. Those two always seem to be involved in really good games, great games of football and lots of goals. You know, so I'll get on to that first, one of the first topics. And, it's an absolute cracking game. So I'll get on to that. Wherever it is, I'm sure I put it in here. Oh yeah, sorry, here it is. It's got to it. I thought it got disappeared for a minute, but it is here. Fred Ederson, James's, Newcastle 2, City 3, Foden, De Bruyne and Bob Sparkle have found another young talent in Oscar Bob. Just how far can he progress under Pep? Well, yeah, that's a good question. I think he looks quality. He's, believe it or not, he's a Norwegian international, which I never knew. But he does play for Norway. You know, it'd be incredible what he can achieve. I think he can get so far, and especially under Pep, he can really develop players. You know, forget Arteta because he never, ever developed anyone. He can't even develop a photograph, let alone a footballer. But you know, you know, he keeps saying, "Oh look, I learned all this under Pep." But what did you learn? You're nothing, mate. Arteta, you're a clown. You know, an absolute clown. And he's made players worse, not improved them. Let's be honest, he's ruined players. You know, a lot of these players that playing for Arsenal were brilliant. I mean, Saka was going well, and he's ruined him. He's played him to death, run him into the ground, and well, plenty of the others. I mean, you know, there is so many others there. Even Rice, I mean, cost all that amount of money, and I bet he wonders what he's walked into now, what club he's come to here, thinking he's going to win things, but I can't see it, mate. You know, you cost a lot of money, you chose Arsenal, but I don't know. I think you could have done better. We were taking you here at Brentford, mate, I tell you. You know, you come here, cool. But, you know, just imagine what we could win with you here, you know. But, yeah, so anyway, I'll try and share this with everyone. I've got, you know, obviously something to show you here about it all. About the match, obviously. And I'll get it on here. Here we go. Yeah, Newcastle 2, City 3. Obviously, this is on the BBC website, BBC Sport. Shit. Sorry, it's gone off. Sorry about that. I'll bring it back. Don't know what happened there. Anyway. There we go. And obviously, it's some game. This is an amazing game. I was watching this. Incredible game. You know, Newcastle and City always seem to be involved in these sort of games. You know, plenty of goals. Thrilling games. It certainly wasn't boring. I enjoyed this immensely, this match. Yeah, as I say, Oscar Bob scored a stoppage time winner as Man City moved within 2 points of Liverpool at the top of the Premier League with victory over Newcastle in a breathless encounter at St James Park. The Norwegian 20, he's just 20 years old still. 20, that's all. He's got a long future ahead of him there. He will get even better under Pep, definitely. Latched onto a superb lofted pass from fellow substitute Kevin De Bruyne and showed superb footwork to take the ball past Martin Dubravka and tap into the empty net. Rounded off a brilliant game that saw both sides dominate periods, but City controlled the second half and showed the fight and quality to seal what could be a huge win come the end of the season. While Bob enjoyed his first Premier League goal, the success was sparked by De Bruyne. I've missed this. De Bruyne revels in return just 4 minutes and 35 seconds after he came off the bench. The Belgian found space in between the home defence and midfield before sweeping the finish into the far corner. Bernardo Silva had put the Premier League champions ahead in the 26th minute. What a hell of a goal that was as well. So a worldy goal. Superb. Meeting Carl Walker's right wing cross with an audacious back heel. It certainly was. For 2 goals in 3 minutes, put Newcastle in charge. And for sure, they were definitely unlucky, Newcastle were. Really unlucky. They were involved in a great game here and came out on the wrong end of it, unfortunately. Bernardo Silva put the Premier League champions ahead in the 26-minute meeting. Carl Walker's, audacious back heel before 2 goals in 3 minutes, put Newcastle in charge first. Alexander Isak collected a sweeping Bruno Guimaraes pass before curling past City's reserve keeper Stefan Ortega, who had replaced the injured Ederson, and we'll talk about that later. How he got injured, it was to do with VAR yet again, raising its ugly head yet again. So obviously got to chat about that later on. But for the time being, I'll carry on with this and into the top corner for his fourth goal in 4 games. Then Anthony Gordon was released down the left, and he took advantage of Walker backing off to spectacularly curl into the bottom corner and send the home fans into raptures. Another cracker that was from Gordon. I mean, all those goals, the 5 goals were amazing, cracking goals, all of them. So, was a hell of a game. City had only lost once in 72 Premier League games when taking the lead. That was under serious threat until their talisman De Bruyne continued his comeback from injury with a top-class strike and a wonderful assist for Bob. Boss Pep Guardiola in the entire City squad, including substitutes, celebrated emphatically at the full-time whistle as the reigning champions savoured a 3rd successive league win and 6 in all competitions. De Bruyne delivers after defensive problems. For large parts of this season, City have been far from the level that saw them win the treble last season, especially defensively. Sorry, people, got frog in my throat, summit. Those issues reared their head again and will lead to questions about the summer recruitment. With some poor defending for both Newcastle goals. Sorry, people, I'm just going to have a drink. It's funny, just got funny throat, so. Sorry about it, guys. This was also another game where they missed a host of chances, including Julian Alvarez screwing a golden chance over the bar from 8 yards when they were behind. De Bruyne, though, they had one of the best playmakers in the world, or arguably the best. He drifted effortlessly into space for his crucial 74th minute equaliser, and his perfectly placed low finish was a reminder of his game-changing talent. The 32-year-old's last league appearance was in August at Burnley after being sidelined with a hamstring injury. So he's been out since August last year. That's a hell of a long time. But just shows his worth, how quality he is, a cracking player he is. And we're going to that in another one of my topics. We discussed that. You know, how great he is, and you know, we will obviously discuss him a lot more. And De Bruyne still had time to make another big impact in the first minute of added time. One befitting of the game, with his pass behind Kieran Trippier for Bob's simply exquisite. His pass behind Kieran Trippier for Bob, simply exquisite. It was incredible pass. The forward had drifted in from the left wing and showed superb close control before slotting home to continue his own impressive campaign. As they edged ominously closer to leaders Liverpool, the Blues will now feel they are in a position to go on one of their famous title-winning runs. Their next 5 league games are against bottom half sides, with 4 at home and where they were unbeaten in 2023. It remains to be seen if goalkeeper Ederson will be available for those games after he was forced off in the 8th minute following a collision with City fullback Walker and Sean Longstaff that saw Newcastle have a goal disallowed for offside. Which is what we're definitely going to be discussing. How that happened and why that happened, because of VAR, obviously. That's a big reason. Yeah. So still nothing, nobody in the live chat. Bit of a surprise, but still. I know the AFCON is going on and stuff, but I know I definitely put links and stuff out and everything, so there should be people coming in here. But anyway, I'll carry on. Yeah, I'll carry on with this. Right, Newcastle show fight, but struggles continue. Yeah. The result will hurt Newcastle with Eddie Howe's side now losing 7 of their past 10 Premier League games, which is the same as in their 44 games before the run started. However, there were encouraging signs throughout an enthralling encounter. Defensively, despite conceding 3 goals, they were resolute, with bodies on the line on numerous occasions as City poured forward with attack after attack. Guimaraes did brilliantly to deny Phil Foden and Rodri in one dangerous attack, while Fabian Schär also blocked an Alvarez effort. Their goals were fast and incisive, and what we have grown accustomed to seeing from their attack under Howe. Swedish striker Isaac, whatever you like to call him, was also foiled by Ortega in a one-on-one opportunity shortly before half-time. If converted, that may have put the game beyond City's reach. Ultimately, as was the case in defeats at Chelsea in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals and Liverpool in the Premier League at the turn of the year, Howe lacked quality options off the bench to affect the outcome and made one change against City. It has made life tough for Newcastle this season, having lost successive home games for the first time under the former Bournemouth boss. They are in 10th place and 11 points off a Champions League spot. Yeah, player of the match, Kevin De Bruyne, which he really deserved it. He truly did deserve it, Kevin De Bruyne there. Amazing. Yeah. Incredible game. And the stats in the game were, of course, they had loads of possession. City, they had 73% to 27% possession. And the shots as well, 27 shots to 12. 11 on target to Newcastle's 5. They had 13 corners to Newcastle's 3. And 7 fouls each. Let's look at City's average there. De Bruyne, yeah, Foden, 8.55 there. Brilliant Foden. He drew him closer for the player of the match, actually, Foden. He was brilliant again, I thought. Superb. And Bob, of course, what a find he is, an absolute talent. Just 20 still. Incredible player. Got a long, bright future ahead of him. Silva, of course, what a goal he got. Incredible goal. He's class, Bernardo Silva. Absolute class. Yeah. So we get off that for the time being. And yeah. So that was the actual tale of the game, as it was, what happened there, what I just showed you on there. Obviously, I'd like to discuss more about Oscar Bob. He's a class player. I think he's destined for greater things, and whether they can keep him at City, if he gets even better, if he's got a really high ceiling, but how high could it go? And will they be able to keep him there? He's a real talent, another one off their production line there. Incredible player. But obviously I'll try and talk more about that. Can't work out why I've got nobody in the live chat or whatever, but anyway, if you are watching this, please, smash the likes as usual, and sub if you're new or whatever. If you're enjoying it on playback or whatever, I hope you are. But obviously we'll go back to this, because obviously I want to move on to another subject. Obviously De Bruyne are back with a bang. Could his quality get City over the line again? And just how great is he? Legend status? I think so. I think he's a quality, absolute, great player, legend of the game. He's superb. I think he's, has been for a long time. He's still 32. You can say, oh, look, that's getting older and he's getting towards the end of his career. But no, I think he's got a long way to go. Yeah, he's got a lot more to give. And okay, he failed at Chelsea all those years ago in the Premiership when he first went there. But, he's just showing what quality and skill and, all that creativity and goal scoring that he's got. He's amazing and absolute sheer quality. A great player, an absolute great. I'm going to try and show you more about that if I can. Because obviously I really want to go discuss him in depth about him, because he's amazing. So let's see if I can. I'll try and share a lot of this with you if I can. Sorry about this, people. I'll get there soon. But sorry, guys. I won't be long. So here we go. I'll bring this up. Kevin De Bruyne's tactical vision swings title race towards City. Exactly. Yeah. I think it does. I really think it does. The midfielder's great brilliance was on full display in his first league match in 5 months, bringing spontaneity to Pep Guardiola's mechanical side. With 16 minutes to go at St James Park on Saturday, Liverpool were perhaps beginning to contemplate their 5-point lead over Man City, having played a game more, becoming an actual 5-point lead with caveats, which, with City still to go to Anfield, might have started to look fairly significant. But then Kevin De Bruyne scored one and South another. The lead is down to 2 points, and the champions are within striking range. City are still nowhere near their best, vulnerable to balls behind, playing in behind with their defensive line in the way that Pep Guardiola's side struggle for form often are. Struggling for form often are, and they conceded 2 in 3 minutes against Newcastle. That they conceded 2 in 3 minutes against Newcastle was also characteristic, leaking goals in batches in another familiar quirk of Guardiola teams when they're still searching for the right setup out of possession. At half-time, Saturday's match was almost a paradigmatic example of how Guardiola teams can lose games. City had controlled the ball to an extraordinary degree without creating a large amount, and yet had not only let in 2 goals to brilliant finishes, but had conceded 3 or 4 other chances in transition. Newcastle had been under some pressure, but essentially the game had been following a similar pattern when De Bruyne came on. And that's the oddity of City this season. Guardiola's football is always about the team, the positional sense, movement and interactions of the collective, yet recently they have been bailed out by the brilliance of individuals, which is a huge advantage, of course, in spending vast quantities of money. And from a creative point of view, there is nobody more brilliant than De Bruyne. With other players, there might have been a thought that his goal was fortunate. It is, though, manifestly within De Bruyne's capabilities to use Fabian Schär's legs like a croquet hoop, rolling the ball between them and into the bottom corner. His pass for Oscar Bob's winner was equally precise. De Bruyne said that after 5 months out with a hamstring injury, he knew he could only manage 25 minutes or so. The worry for the other title challengers is that even if it takes him another month to get back to being able to manage a full 90 minutes, City face only one top half team between now and the beginning of March, and that is Chelsea, who lie 9th, and for all that, they've just won a 3rd consecutive league game for the first time this season. Remain wildly inconsistent. There is plenty of time not only for De Bruyne to get back to full fitness, but for Erling Haaland, John Stones, Ederson and Manuel Akanji to recover before the month that is likely to determine the destination of the title. From the first weekend of March to the first weekend of April, City play Manchester United, Liverpool, Brighton, Arsenal and Aston Villa. Haaland is an astonishing goalscorer. Stones, with his capacity to step out from the centre of defence, was critical to offering City security against the counter-attack last season, becoming the additional midfielder they needed to compensate for the fact that Haaland doesn't drop deep in the way Guardiola forwards tend to have done in the past. Ederson is probably the best ball-playing goalkeeper in the world. Akanji had a very good first season in England, impressive across the back 4, but it's De Bruyne's return that feels most significant. Critics of Guardiola suggest his football can be mechanical, a little bloodless, lacking the rough edges or improvisation or spontaneity that can thrill a crowd. And there is some truth to that. That's why a Guardiola team playing poorly can dominate the ball while appearing toothless. But his best teams have a player capable of breaking the patterns. What Lionel Messi did for Barcelona, De Bruyne does for City. He sees things others don't, has the precision to pick holes others can't, but also has the discipline and tactical awareness not to disrupt the shape at inopportune moments. That's possibly bad news for those who prefer to see Phil Foden in central positions, but good as Foden has been recently, playing through the middle as Julian Alvarez has moved to a more orthodox centre-forward position in the absence of Haaland, he is not De Bruyne, does not yet have the Belgians' combination of attributes, but Foden on the flank is still a potent weapon. And even looking through the lens of the England national team, the existence of Jude Bellingham means that is where he's likely to start in the Euros. The expectation during City's rocky autumn was they would click as they so often have in the second half of the season. That spring fixture list makes it unlikely they'll rattle off the series of successive victories they have in the past. But De Bruyne's return is probably the first step to a run to the title. Anfield on 9th of March already looks vital. So, there you go. That tells you everything, really, about De Bruyne. and his worth to the team. Absolute class, so he's so important to them. Yeah, as I say, I think he is great. He's an amazing quality player, a definite legend. Well, for City, I would say. Whether, I don't know, yeah, I suppose maybe for Belgium at times, he's been amazing. Of course, didn't do it at Chelsea, as we all know, flopped there. But, he is quality. And, they really did miss him. And, him coming on, turned the game as well. Everyone thought he was going to score probably with that free kick he had, the first sort of touch he had of the game. And that shot from the free kick. And, of course, it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all, the shot into the wall. I think a lot of people were disappointed. Everyone was like, "Oh look, here he goes. He's gonna hit it. He's gonna get a goal straight away coming on here from the free kick." But he didn't. But he made up for that, didn't he? With that goal through the legs. It went through the defender's legs, But that was precision for you. Got it through the legs and into the bottom left-hand corner. So amazing. And of course, that pinpoint pass for Bob. Well, amazing pass, absolutely incredible pass, and the way Bob took it as well. Oscar Bob, he's absolute quality. And I'm going to actually try and talk a bit more about him as well. Now, I think, because I think he's a true gem, an absolute find for the Man City. So I'd obviously go into him a bit more. Yeah, hold on a minute, people. Sorry, it's a bit slow. Got me Wi-Fi sorted out a bit better anyway. It's not playing up. Fingers crossed. So far. So, yeah, I'll show you this. Get this screen up. Here we go. So it's a bit slow. But anyway, so obviously discuss that a bit more about him. I'll bring this up full screen, hopefully, so you all see it. Yeah, little wizard Oscar Bob provides the magic touch against Newcastle after academy youngster's first Premier League goal caps Man City victory. Bob netted late on at St James's Park to seal the 3-2 win for City on the road. 20-year-old told reporters that Guardiola has said to go on and score as a sub. Is it a midlife crisis for De Bruyne? A great player. But what about the new look? Is he recording a song? Go back to being boring, Kevin. It's all kicking off. Very good. Yeah. So, Pep Guardiola didn't have many words for Oscar Bob when he called for him to help steer the course of a balmy night in Manchester City's favour. The manager told me to come on and score, the 20-year-old. Thankfully, I could. No pressure then, but the trust Guardiola has in the Norwegian, who saw his academy from Valerenga in 2019, has been clear over the past few months. He hasn't played much, but barely any of the kids do. a look at the matches when Bob has been called upon on the substitutes bench to tell a story. Wolves away when City were chasing the game. Aston Villa away when City were chasing the game. St James Park when City were chasing the game. So around City, they've been talking Bob up for about a year. He was a star of their under-21 team that won the league last season and won their Player of the Year award in consecutive campaigns. The first Premier League goal will put him firmly on the map to go with his maiden Champions League strike away at Red Star Belgrade last month. And he has come a long way from Lynn in Oslo, where they call him the Little Wizard. At youth tournaments, people travelled from across Norway to watch him. Plenty of Europe's elite were watching his progress, and at the age of 12, Bob chose a helped him enrolling in their academy, ruling that his family had not moved to Portugal for their own occupations. In a case that went to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They lost. He went back to Norway after a spell of not playing, recapturing his love for the game after injuries and jetted off to City. He hasn't looked back. I think that's about it for that one. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he's class, Oscar Bob, as it shows there. What I said about him there. So, incredible. Excellent player. And a long way to go. He's got a long future in the game. Whether it'll always be for City, I don't know. I'm sure at some stage some big team will snap him. Other big team, of course. City are a big team, but you've got other massive teams in the Premiership and of course abroad, in Germany, in Spain, Italy, whatever. So somebody will be looking at him and want to take him on, and they've got all the big lot of money to bid for him and sign him. So but I'll go on to my next and last topic. It would probably be, because obviously I haven't really had anyone else in here. I'm supposed to have had guests come in tonight, but hasn't happened. Not sure why. I did send links and stuff out, but had nothing, so I don't get that, but never mind. Carry on anyway. I have enjoyed it, really, doing this. I always do. Always try and have fun, and and enjoy whatever I do, whatever streams I do. And as I say, please still smash the likes and sub if you're new. You obviously be watching this on playback, everyone. So please keep subbing and supporting me, please. That's great. So I'll go on to the last subject. I can get to it. There we go. Win came at a price, though. Ederson, City keeper, injured because of the stupid VAR offside rule. Time to bin it, surely. Still a talking point more than the actual games. Did they get it wrong in Villa game? Yeah. I think we're going to be discussing all that. Really have to go in depth with that one. And this is obviously, I'll try and share this again with you people. I'll try and bring this up. There's this one. This screen. Everton and Aston Villa fans sing VAR is effing shit. Yeah, I think after a ridiculously long delay. But that's the Everton and Aston Villa, of course. But obviously, I'll get the Ederson. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I'll go to the Ederson one first, but I will come back to that, obviously. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Yeah, I want to do the Ederson one first, of course. Sorry, this is very slow. Sorry about this, people, but yeah. So here we go. It's Ederson, the latest victim of a dangerous offside protocol, which could have a few on Man City's trophy hopes, and everyone should be concerned. Yep, totally. Pep Guardiola's side had a near miss after the goalkeeper's injury, which could have easily been avoided by sensible officiating. Is that sensible? Well, it's not, is it? These English refs are absolute shit. The introduction of VAR has changed the face of football more than we could ever have imagined. An increase in correct decisions coming at a cost of rules, above all on handball, being rewritten and reinterpreted. The jury is still out on whether it has been a good thing for the game and if the ripple effects have been worth it. Exactly. But it's becoming increasingly clear that one of the effects of the introduction of technology is a greater risk of injury to players. Yep. I've been saying this for time. I really have. Which was surely not what FIFA had in mind when it introduced VAR in 2018. Two injuries in 3 weeks. The delayed offside protocol, whereby assistants do not immediately raise their flags, even when there is a glaringly obvious offside, has long frustrated fans. Exactly. And many warned from the start that it could lead to a player getting injured. Yep, 100%. Manchester City have found out firsthand how real that risk is lately. And on Saturday against Newcastle, they lost goalkeeper Ederson to injury. Yep, in a collision with Sean Longstaff. After a passage of play which was clearly offside and never should have taken place. Exactly. Damn straight. It came just 3 weeks after John Stones injured his foot after clashing with Everton striker Beto in an incident that only happened because the assistant did not raise his flag despite a clear offside. Yep. City may have won both matches, but each incident had a big impact on the way the games panned out. And everyone in football should be calling for an end to a senseless protocol that is putting players at risk. Exactly. Definitely. 100% correct. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, and I suppose you can say it's not actually all City players it's happening to, but it seems to be really bad for them at the moment. And saying they're not the first victims are unfortunate when it comes to injuries caused by poor officiating. Everton's Ben Godfrey broke his leg on the opening day of last season against Chelsea after making a tackle after the ball had clearly gone out of play. He missed over 4 months of football and Everton only avoided relegation by the skin of their teeth. In a match against Liverpool in the first season after the protocol was introduced by the Premier League in 2020, Wolves goalkeeper Rui Patricio was left out cold on the pitch for 10 minutes after banging his head against teammate Conor Cody as he tried to prevent Mohamed Salah getting to the ball. Salah was quickly ruled offside, but the flag came far too late and there was genuine concern for Patricio's well-being. with Jurgen Klopp calling it an awful situation and a proper shock. The goalkeeper ended up making a speedy recovery, and Wolves then manager Nuno Espirito Santo did not want to blame officials for the injury, saying it could have happened in any phase of play. Further increasing the risk of injury. While it is true that injuries can happen at any point in a match, organisers should surely be trying to reduce the possibility of them occurring. Playing on even when everyone knows the flag is about to go up by nature increases the chance of injuries occurring. City may be highly unfortunate to have been impacted by two such incidents in close succession, but there's no guarantee they will not be affected by the curse of the delayed offside again. Everyone in football should be angry about the rule, as it increases the risk at a moment when there is an epidemic of injuries in the men's and women's game due to the increased number of fixtures and reduced amount of time between matches. Legacy of frustration, but occasional injuries are not the only negative effects of the delayed offsides. Players are continually sprinting back or forwards in pursuit of lost causes, playing to the whistle on the off chance a move that appears to be offside might eventually be ruled onside by VAR. Far more often than not, the flag is still raised, rendering the players' efforts useless and leaving them with less energy later in the game, which in turn impacts their ability to influence proceedings. The rule change may have been brought in as part an apparent attempt to give the advantage to attacking players and prevent attacking moves more incorrectly ruled offside, but its main legacy has been to frustrate players and supporters alike. In the madness, a rarer but far more significant effect has been the preventable injuries suffered by the likes of Ederson, Stones and Patricio, who paid heavy prices for getting involved in passages of play that never should have taken place. And just as the regulators have meddled with the rules in the hope of changing the game for the better, they should have the humility to see that their plan has not had the desired impact. It's time to bring an end to the madness and get assistants to do their jobs properly again. That means flagging an offside when they see one, not 20 seconds later, which is enough time for someone to get seriously hurt. Yep, exactly. That's the crux of it. Really is. And what can we say? It's terrible. I've got a comment here from Hanoi. Can't remember the play, but I don't like that they wait. Yeah, exactly, mate. I don't know if you're available, if you want to come on, Hanoi, because got nobody in here. Obviously, I was supposed to have Stepsy and Joe, but they're not able to come on. Well, I've had nothing from them, so I don't know what's going on. You know, I was wanting to get a good discussion again on here. But if you are available, mate, you're welcome to come on. I've got the links in here if you want to join. So, and I think VAR should go. I hate it. It's been nothing but trouble, and okay, it's worked in other countries. It's working fine in most countries, but over here, it's our referees. They're just not up to it. None of our referees seem up to this, and it's all the officials. It's not just the referee. It's the linesmen as well. You know, the third and fourth officials and so forth. The linesmen that okay, they've got to wait. They've been told they have to wait before they raise the flag. They've been told that. But it's still not right. It's not a great rule at all. This is why players are getting hurt, getting injured. And Ederson will be missing now. He's their main goalie. I know Ortega seems a good keeper as well, but Ederson is their actual number one, their best keeper. And he's been got out of it because of a rule change, because of this stupid rule to do with VAR. And it's gone on for a time. From 2018 it was. Obviously, they enforced all this with VAR. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And it is becoming a talking point more than the game. And that was another fantastic game of football. And with this one, and of course Everton and Villa, where we had the VAR decision as well. And as I said, I'll go back to that. I'll be talking about that in a minute. But you know, I just think this is so wrong. How you know, we just seem like an amateur profession. It's amateurs over here, and it's turning it into a farce, an absolute farce. And it's supposed to have been brought in to help, and help when referees have made wrong decisions or whatever. But it's not. It's made it worse. It has made it worse, and it's just never going to get any better. It's going to carry on the same way. I just don't know what we can do. I mean, it's got to go, really. As far as I'm concerned, it's got to go. I'll keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it for time. It's got to go, or unless they can get it better, tweak it, or somehow improve it. I mean, really, another way to go with the offsides is to have, a sensor thing similar to what they have in tennis, I guess. Was it Hawkeye or whatever they have in tennis? And it goes off when the player's offside. There's something there, a sensor there, can gauge when the player's offside. And then, there's no doubt or anything in the ref's mind, in the linesman's mind, whoever's mind, that the player is offside. And, it can be stopped straight away, brought back for offside, and then nobody gets hurt. None of these players get hurt. Because that's what it is. This is what happened with Ederson. It's because of that, because they didn't stop, the match continuing that phase of play, because he was actually offside, and he was allowed to carry on. We all could see he was offside. It's just it's stupid. It's a dumb rule. I know it's to do with VAR. I know they have to carry on in case they got it wrong, and a goal should have stood when it's been disallowed or whatever, or any kind of thing. But it's just sort of I don't know. I hate it. I really do. But as I say, I'm going to go to that Everton and Villa, because it happened there as well. There was a wrong decision there. Well, maybe wrong. Not sure exactly if it was wrong or right, but get to this. Sorry, as I said, my Wi-Fi's on the go, so yeah, again. Yeah, here it is, and as I said before, Everton and Aston Villa fans saying VAR is effing shite or whatever. After a ridiculously long delay, the state of VAR in the Premier League was summed up during Everton versus Aston Villa on Sunday, with both sets of fans singing in unison after a disallowed goal. when talks were ongoing over the introduction of VAR to the English top flight, one of the major grey areas was how it would impact match-going fans. The season has reached new heights of nonsense as both halves of games regularly break the 50-minute mark due to time added on, not solely but often due to long checks. Sunday saw Everton host Villa in the first round of fixtures split over 2 weekends in the winter break, with left back Alex Moreno finding the back of the net early on for the visitors. Moreno's goal went in with 18 minutes on the clock, with the Spaniard firing brilliantly following a well-worked corner routine. But VAR Paul Tierney, who could guessed, and referee David Coote, surprise, presided over a 4-minute delay in order to check for an offside in the build-up. Same two again, Paul Tierney and David Coote. What a shot. Eventually, with the scoreboard showing 22 minutes, the goal was chalked off with Leon Bailey found to be offside in the build-up. Quite why it took that long to decide that is a mystery, with much of Tierney's focus being on whether Clement Longley was blocking Jordan Pickford, but left both Everton and Villa fans to make their feelings clear. "Bosh effing shit" was the chant that rang around Goodison Park immediately after the decision. That was a sentiment shared by fans of various clubs, including Liverpool. They took to social media to react. "What a mess from VAR," said Walid Arsenal. They took an eternity when you can clearly see Bailey is offside. Then they drew lines from wrong body parts and quickly erased it. Clowns. Exactly. And here we go, Gary Lineker piping up yet again. Prick. Anyway, sure, there was a VAR check, so I thought it would be an ideal time to walk the dog. They were still looking at it after we got back. Slight exaggeration, but I mean, really, so bored with it. It's Woodhouse. VAR is shit. He's shite. Pass it on and get rid. Nobody can tell me it's improved our game. Utter garbage. Mark Goldbridge. Of course, he said something about it. How many minutes on this goal? Switch VAR off, for fuck's sake. Sucking the life out of the game. Yeah, that's all right. Of course, all those are from Twitter. Well, I still call it Twitter. It's X, but it's don't know why. This VAR is killing football, says Tony Bellew, of course. Big Everton fan, boxer, Tony Bellew. Villa views. When I get to it, sorry, this is pretty slow. Something very odd went on in that VAR check. If Bailey is offside and the line showed it, why the extra 2 minutes of checking if Longley is interfering with Pickford's vision? Makes no sense. Exactly. No sense whatsoever. VAR looking for any excuse not to give the goal. That's not what he was brought in for. Exactly, Steve Moore said. Exactly. I agree with you there, Steve. HM, a full 5-minute VAR check, and the commentators don't even know what it I was mute as well, which didn't help. That's another thing that was fucked. Anyway, to go back to what I was saying, what was I saying? Well, basically, it's wrong. I think everyone could see that probably watched it over the weekend. They got everything wrong again. Okay, maybe that was offside, but millimetres, if that. The officials have got to go. The ones at the moment, they're just not good enough. We've got to get somebody else in. I keep saying for time, we've got to get the ex-pros in, the ex-pro footballers. Bring them in, pay them what they fucking want to do the job. You know, give them some money, give them some proper money, and get them to do it. Make them do it, because you know the way this is going, it's ruining it. This is all we're debating, because another great game of football happened, great goals, and we're still talking about fucking VAR and his stupid offside rule, and other things to do with it, disallowing the goals, and perfectly good goals at times they've disallowed. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. But anyway, it was going fairly well that stream until obviously it went off again. I went out, got booted out yet again. So what's going on with that? But anyway, thanks to everyone that's been watching, and you know, hopefully you smashed the likes and subbed and whatever, still supporting me and watching, and didn't have my guests in that I was hoping to have for the show. Usually it's a lot better than this. I have people in here and we have a good discussion. But anyway, it's good to do all this, and thanks again, everyone. And before I go, obviously, talk about that again. Please donate to this prostate cancer. You know, prostatecanceruk.org. Please click on that and donate what you can, please. As I say, thousands, millions of men die every year of this, so it's really, really serious, and they need to fund the research to stop this, nip it in the bud, and please, as I say, check yourselves out. Stop it happening. You know, that'd be great. And anyway, as I say, thanks again for people that have been watching this. I know I had nobody in here really, apart from Hanno. But yeah, as I say, go and follow this guy, his channel, brilliant channel, Hanno, great channel. Go and check his channel out, it's brilliant. But you know, yeah, but it's a fantastic channel. So it's got great content and everything, cricket as well, and obviously doing the AFCON at the moment. So, which is, I guess, is what people are watching, or other streams. I don't know. But anyway, but as I say, I've enjoyed doing this again. Wi-Fi's been a bit of a shit lately, so can't wait to sort that out and get it better. So with that. Something with that, yeah. Sort all that out. But anyway, this has been good, despite not having anyone in. Don't know where everyone is, but there you go. But I still enjoyed it, and obviously check out my next lot of content coming up. I obviously got a preview. I'm doing that tomorrow now. It was going to be today. But I thought I'd have too much to discuss here on this stream, so it's going to be tomorrow before the match at some stage, probably 4, maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So I will send it all out, and hopefully people will get it this time and watch, because I don't know why they weren't today. But anyway, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to carry on no matter. you know, everyone gets these days where don't get anyone on the stream, I suppose, even the best. So, you know, so I'm not gonna moan or anything. I've enjoyed this again. It's been really good, as I say. So, you know, if you have enjoyed it, as I say, keep smashing those likes and say join me for the next one. As I say, the preview will be tomorrow now for our match against Wolves. The replay, of course. So hopefully we can get through that. But if we don't, it's no biggie because obviously, you know, we've got the Premiership to worry about, and we're also obviously going to get some of the players in. Reguilon, hopefully, he's going to sign. You know, negotiations have been ongoing with that. Apparently, he's going to sign on loan at some stage, we hope. And obviously, we've got that player in Konak. I can't wait to see what he can do. 18-year-old Turkish under-21 international. You know, it'd be interesting to see what he can do if they throw him in tomorrow into that match. We've got others obviously come back, the Silva and everything, Jensen. Don't know about Norgard, I'm not sure. I don't think he'll be available. Me will be back. You know, we won't have Tony till the weekend, till the Forest game in the Premiership. But, you know, if we get through, we get through. If we get on a run there, so be it, all good. But if we go out, as I say, no biggie to me. The Premiership is where it counts, and we want to stay there. But anyway, thanks everyone, and until next time, I'm out of here.